Hey guys, Benji Lewis here, and I want to do a quick introduction video about my new YouTube channel that I've started. So, my wife and I, Jen, we are going to start going all around the world. We're going to slow travel. We're retiring. I'll be 52, she'll be 51, and we're going to slow travel around the world. So, we're going to do a lot of Europe. We're hoping a lot of Southeast Asia as well. I mean, we're guessing at this point because we don't really know what it's going to be like. But those are the places that we think we're going to like. Of course, we want to go to Australia, New Zealand, some South America, all over, right? We're not the kind of travelers, at least at this point of our life, where we think, hey, I really want to go see everything. I want to go to Russia. I want to go see, certain parts of maybe some Middle Eastern countries that look nice. We're not that adventurous. We're trying to say, hey, we're from Kansas City, Missouri. We're trying to say, hey, anything outside of Kansas City, Missouri, and especially outside of Canada, Mexico, the Caribbean, is a lot of uncharted water for us. So we're going to go travel. Now, since we've decided to do this, probably about a year and a half ago is kind of when I had the idea, and we kind of looked at it and ran the numbers and said, hey, I think we can do this. I want to know the cost to do this. And there's some videos out there where they'll help you and you can get some costs. But I feel like there wasn't enough real information. So I said, kind of like I've done and things that Jen has said before, like stop complaining about it and just do it then. Do it for somebody else. Be that channel that you wish somebody would be. So that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to go over the cost to slow travel, and we're going to do it for every single place that we go. And we're not going to hide, what we're doing, or we're not going to say, hey, over the past year I spent, $63,000. Just guess as to where that was spent, right? And not going to even gloss over when we are in Barcelona, no, not even Barcelona, say Spain. Like, hey, we're in Spain for 3 months and this is what we spent. No, what's the difference between staying in the south of Spain and the difference between staying in Madrid versus staying in Barcelona? What are those different costs? If you're looking to save money, I'd like to know, which I can't find this out. I'm trying to find it out on my own just through Google searches and AI and all this stuff. But I wish somebody would just say, hey, when you come to Spain, just know that some of those small little beach towns on the south of Spain, those are cheap. You can stay there for not too much. Be sure to look into this town, this town, and this town. These are where we stayed, and the prices are great. And Madrid's also good, but when you go to Barcelona, you're going to spend some money. So you might think about staying more in Valencia and Seville and some of these other towns that are cheaper. And Madrid's great, prices are fine. But when you go to Barcelona, it's expensive. On and on. And give the real numbers. Don't say Madrid was pretty normal, we thought. Well, what's normal? What's normal? Can't you just say, hey, here's the Airbnb that we booked. Here's a link to it. If you want to book it because we said we liked it, here's the link. And here's what we paid per night. Here's what we paid for 2 weeks or a month or 2 months. But let's give the real details. So my wife has got another channel where she's going to try to do what we did and all the fun things and the pretty pictures and the view of the ocean and all that stuff. Well, I'm kind of like, that stuff kind of bores me. You should do that. That sounds great. I want to have my channel be for people that are like, hey, I love this idea, but what is it really going to cost? Because if you look on YouTube and you look around, there are people that are like, yeah, you can do this. It costs you $150,000 a year, plus this and plus this. And that I'm excluding when we go back to the United States, and I'm excluding when we do this and that. And I didn't count this repositioning cruise, or I don't include rental cars in that. There's so many things that people are like, Why are you taking that out? You had to spend it. So it's a real dollar amount. But I'm just going to put it all in, and I'm going to say this is how much it was, and these were the options. So I think being more honest and upfront is the goal of this video series. So I'll probably do more smaller ones is what I'm thinking. I'll probably do a year-end one, right? As well. But I think the main thing is that I wanted to say, hey, we just went to Lyon, France, and we stayed there for 10 days. Here's what we spent. This is what we spent on food. If I was to estimate, restaurant prices, the bistros kind of cost this, a fine dining cost this, an ultra fancy, which we probably won't go to, was this. I don't even know if I'll ever know that. But the street food was this, and here's our lodging prices. Here's how much the train was to go from Paris to Lyon, right? Not just like, the trains in France are cheap. Don't worry about that. Like, what's cheap? Is cheap $14 train ride, or is cheap $104? I don't know what's cheap to you. So just real dollar figures. That's all we're gonna do. So I haven't even really thought about the name of this. I think I'm gonna keep it simple because I usually do, which is like slow travel costs, like, and then just have a video for, this is the city we were in, this is how much we spent. Hey, this is the time that we were in, if we're going to France. This is when we're going to Paris, this is how much we spent. We went to Lyon, this is how much we spent. We went to Nice, France, this is how much we spent. This is everything. So it seems kind of basic, but trying to find that on YouTube is actually hard, because a lot of times people we want to give you general ballpark, but we don't want to give you the exact price that we paid, because that's kind of personal, and we don't want to say this because I don't know what that means to you and your budget. I'm like, oh my God, can you just give the stupid numbers of what you spent? And how about a couple pictures of what your Airbnb looked like? Like, it's not that hard. I can figure out from there about, right? Like, if you say it was super cheap and then you show a picture of a hostel that has a 10 by 10 room and 2 bunk beds that are singles. Okay, well, I don't want to stay there. I want to stay in someplace a little nicer, but at least it'll give me an idea. So that's the whole goal for this thing. So I'm just gonna post it. If nobody watches them, great. If 68 people find them useful and it helps them with their travels and they're thinking about being retired and doing some slow travel for a few years, then great. So we'll go from there, and we'll kind of see how it goes. And I'll try to keep them short. Like this one right now, we're at like 8 minutes on. I'm trying to think like, 8 minutes to 12 minutes. That's good enough to give everybody the information they want without saying, hey, here's a 37-minute long video about what it costs to stay when you're in Berlin. Like, I don't need that long. Can't you just give it to me quicker? Do I have to fast forward through all the fluff and the advertisements and the people that you're getting paid by? Come on. So yeah, we're kind of gonna keep it, to brass tacks here and just talk about, hey, what's it cost to travel? So hopefully this helps somebody. So yeah, we'll go from there. So we'll see you guys.